If your ex is dating someone and is in a rebound relationship, what we call a rebound relationship, I'm going to explain you how you can sort of influence them to break up with that person, how we can push them back in your arms. You'll see, I'll explain the strategy, the technique to make it happen after the jingle.
igetmyexback.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
And before I move on to the explanation, I want to remind you that I put together a quiz. And the reason I have this quiz is to really assess whether you have any chance to get back with your ex. And it's very important because what I'm going to tell you, the strategy to get back with an ex if he or she is dating a rebound, only applies if you have chance to get back with your ex, obviously. So take the quiz, it's free. And it's free because I really want people to get value from the videos I'm posting. So I'd rather have maybe less people watching my videos, but at least they're sure that they have a chance to get back with their ex, rather than sort of showing the content to everyone and sort of have people misled. So take the quiz, it's free. It takes 3 minutes. The link is in the first comment of the video. So first of all, is that a rebound? It's very important for you to understand if it's a rebound or not. If your ex has been monkey branching, i.e. they started to get in touch with that person before they broke up with you, that's different, right? And I did a video about monkey branching. How long after the breakup? If it's been more than 6 months or a year after the breakup, I don't think it's a rebound relationship. Did they know each other before? It's very important. If some people tell me like, it's really quick, she started dating someone right, a month after we broke up, and that person is their best friend. Their ex's best friend. So they know each other. So in a way, it's not a rebound like someone they find, and we'll discuss what is a rebound. What do they share? If you look at that person, are they completely different than you? Are they similar compared to your ex? Are there, the signs of faking it? There's a lot of things where you look online, the social media, they're, over the moon, they're posting a lot of pictures of themselves with that person, which is kind of unusual when you were together. Even at the beginning, they weren't that vocal about the relationship, so that means something is wrong. Also, another sign is when you were together actually and your ex was posting a lot of people, they like to share that they're in love, they love to send indirect love messages on Instagram, but your ex is not. So I guess it's not something really meaningful. So really analyze those signs, see whether it's a rebound or not. If you're not sure, don't hesitate to comment on the video and I'll be more than happy to reply. What you have to understand, and I guess you know it already, a rebound relationship statistically fail. Okay, most rebound relationships will fail. And when I say most rebound relationships, it's obviously the rebound relationships after a strong relationship. If you were just dating your ex for 3 months and they are dating someone, statistically, it's going to be hard to tell. If you've been married for 10, 15, 20 years, or if you've been together for more than 2 years, and your ex is having a rebound, statistically, it's really hard for them to have a strong relationship. The reason is because they use this relationship to move on. Does it mean that they'll forget you? Does it mean that you're not going to recover your ex? No. But they use it to move on. They use it as a coping mechanism. They are seeking for pleasure. But pleasure is not happiness. It's short-term, what they're after, versus long-term. There's a pain from a breakup. Even if they made the decision to end the relationship, it is painful for them. And therefore, that's why they use that person. It's really something you have to understand, that when they were with you, when you were together, you were not using the other. You were just being together. That's very different from a rebound relationship where one is using the other. Sometimes, a lot of times, actually, quite frequently, it's two rebounds. Some people kind of get along with like, I just broke up with my ex. Oh yeah, me too, I just broke up with my ex, so let's get together and cope with that situation together. Me dating a model. I have, in the past, when I was in my 20s, I broke up with a girl I kind of was into, but because I was moving into the UK and she was in Paris, so we kind of broke up, and it was hard for me to accept. And not the first thing I did, but I started dating a model. It was not, she was cute, but for me it was really kind of a status thing. I really liked to show off with her. It didn't work out. Showing off to my friends, showing off on Instagram, on Facebook, just like, so my ex would see like, fuck, what am I losing, right? And so I was using that girl. It didn't work out, but I was dating a model at some point. So why they use a model? Why they use a rebound? Because of the feeling of being a winner. If I look back at my story of rebound, it's kind of a rejection. The fact that, your ex tells you, it's not going to work. I don't want to do long distance, for example. I don't accept this. Well, by dating someone, and you feel kind of, you were 6, I'm dating an 8 kind of thing, which is completely immature. And I was 20s. It's also providing you an ego boost. Thought that was stuck in my relationship. It's been years of me being unhappy, me sort of being in that situation. Now I'm with that person and everything is amazing. It's the honeymoon phase, we do things, we go on dates, we have sex, blah 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 blah. Everything is new, so everything is great. The distraction as well, because again, it's a moving on type of coping mechanism. By being with someone, your attention is focused on that person, not on your ex. And that's probably the hardest part of breakup. Maybe that's the case for you, is that when you're on your own, everything, that empty space, that's, 30 hours, a relationship is 30 hours per week on average. Those hours that you are facing alone, maybe you're watching 30 hours of my videos per week. I won't complain about that. But this time of you being alone is time for you when you will reflect and think about your ex. So when someone is starting dating a rebound relationship, they don't have this time alone. Obviously they have time alone, but they won't have less time, and therefore they would not think more about your ex. Your ex will go through stages, and I will make a more complete video about that. But very briefly, there's the attraction phase, whereas like the confidence boost, I still get it. I was dating a very good-looking girlfriend, and it's like, okay, I'll never be able to date someone good-looking, and this model, and so. The stage 2, intimacy. Creating that, not necessarily sex, but the emotional support. I never really get to the stage 2 with that model anyway. Stage 3, I jump directly to the show off. The ego boost, like, I'm so happy, I'm with that person, I'm winning the relationship. And then comes the stage 4. The comparison, the back to reality, where the magic sort of wears off, where the paint wears off, when you kind of see anything that's new is actually, and I'm going to explain you in the next section of what you should be doing. And the stage 5 is the disillusionment, is what the fuck am I doing? I'm 35. I'm dating that guy just to have fun, but what's the point? It's stupid. I'm going through my midlife crisis. I've had fun. Is it really what I want, right? It's really the pleasure versus the happiness. One is short term, the other one is a long term. You're the long term. Again, that's why we assess in the quiz whether it's you're set for success, i.e. long-term relationships or not. So what you have to understand, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, you stay away. You don't show your face, you don't message your ex. That's why no contact really applies when an ex is dating someone. The only stage where you should start showing a bit your face and getting back into the picture is the comparison and the disillusion phase, which actually is the result of the comparison phase. So it's really a question of timing. It's really a question of your ex will at some point realize that what they had with the rebound, what the rebound can't provide. Sorry. And again, it's true if you had something real. That's why statistically, if what you had wasn't great, of course it's going to be easier statistically for them to find a better relationship, if we can compare relationships, right? Maybe they would rate your relationship as a 5 out of 10 and now they get to a 6 out of 10. So statistically it's easier. If your relationship was really strong, had strong foundations, but something happened in the, maybe time and some life events, but still strong foundation, the kind of I love you but it doesn't work, then it's different. The thing is, you have to understand that we tend not to realize and appreciate our partner's qualities when we live with them. We take it for granted. And so when we date someone else, we realize that actually he was super caring. Actually, I had fun with my ex. Actually, he's a great father. All these kind of things that we took for granted because we spend 24/7 with that person. We fail to acknowledge this. Memories you had together. Again, if you had strong relationship, strong memories together, how could you compare that with someone that you just met for 8 months? And the values you share, the foundations of your relationship. Of course, it's easy to find pleasure with someone random, but how can you be sure that that person shares the same values? And the reason it's really difficult is because you met that person just, a few weeks after the breakup. Finding the right person takes time. Again, statistically, it might happen that in a week they find the perfect person for them. Statistically, it's really hard. So try to make yourself in the background. Don't be at the forefront. Don't be, showing off too much, showing off at the workplace or spamming their phone. Break no contact in a smart way. Okay, it's okay to break no contact. The question you're going to ask me, how, when? Okay, write down. Is there a formula? Is there a magic formula? So how to break the contact? How to contact your ex when they're dating someone? That's the $1 million question. I don't think there's an answer. It's usually later than you feel. It depends on your history, on the psychology, on the reasons of the breakup. There's an answer, but there's one answer for you. There's one answer for someone else. There's one answer for another couple. I would never be able to, and I've thought when I was creating this video, I thought of is there a sort of a decision tree? If this happens, then this and this. It doesn't really work like that. Or it's going to be very complex. So maybe with AI, I'm going to get a programmer to find some AI and put a lot of data from my clients. I don't think I can give you a formula. Sometimes it's worth breaking no contact, sometimes it's not. The thing is, love is not an equation, and that's why I think it's, for me, it's a great topic of discussion and research. And that's the thing you have to understand. It really depends on the case. So, because I can't provide you the answer right now, and I apologize for that in advance. Maybe you're disappointed, so I don't want you to be disappointed. Please love me. Feel free to WhatsApp me. Feel free to send me a message and ask me questions about that rebound relationship. And I'll tell you whether you should, that's not a rebound. They're with someone, it's serious, you should forget your ex. I will tell you, hold on, wait a bit. I will tell you, okay, maybe that's the next step is this and that. And that's the action plan. So don't hesitate. I'm doing video to share some basic information, to help you understand the mechanics of relationships and the mechanics of rebound. Then how to apply the day-to-day thing, it's really hard to convey in a video. That's why I started to do a bit of WhatsApp to help you in a tailored way and get to know you as well on WhatsApp. So don't hesitate to WhatsApp me and I'll be more than happy to direct you and help you in your situation. Take care. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.